Hi, guys. Oh, jeez. You know, I upgraded the phone, and this phone is bigger than my last phone, and the tripod doesn't seem to love it. Hi. But we're gonna manage. We're gonna make it work. Hi, guys. Okay. So it's before I have to go to work. So I'm gonna try to get an hour in. We'll see. And start taking questions. Hi. And then we'll see. Tomorrow I'll probably make the time later in the afternoon before I go to work at night. Unless I'm up super early. I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, but sometimes E and A's current relationship, will they separate? Okay, let me ask that. Sometimes I get up before the alarm, and if I do and I have time, I'll go up on tomorrow morning. Okay, will E and A separate? Yes. They've got 2 aces, which is a 70% chance. But with the King of Swords, this could be like either somebody says something, sometimes the swords, they cut. So I don't know if it's that somebody overreacts, something blows up. It doesn't look like their relationship is lasting as of right now. Okay, let's see if I get any other ones. Okay. Dylan, relax. What is going on with Malik? Can I trust him? Okay. All right. Just the fact that you're questioning it makes me feel like you don't trust this person. Quiet! So that to me is enough to, send up a red flag. Dylan, right now, knock it off. Okay? You have to lay down. Yeah. Whenever somebody asks a question like that, it makes me feel like they're already struggling with that, which makes me feel like your intuition is telling you not to trust this person. You just want a confirmation of it. But let's ask. Is Malik trustworthy? You only got 33% chance that this person is trustworthy. And then the next card, 10 of Wands, weight of the world being on your shoulders, and the Magician in reverse. I would be careful. I would be cautious. What do you see for the Aquarius and myself? Okay, Jeanette, what's going on with the Aquarius? It looks like it could be a little bit of a rough road, and I'll tell you why. The first card here is perseverance, which means if one of you is pursuing the other, keep up with it because it's going to pay off, but it's going to take some time. Death in reverse, things aren't transforming as of yet. It could take time. The Four of Wands in reverse here it's not showing a happy home. It's also showing that there are some choices around either you or the Aquarius. However, there are some good things here. It looks like somebody's either recently getting over a betrayal or somebody is letting their guard down, which is a good thing. The Six of Cups, the Six of Pentacles is working together and working together well. So it might be a little bit rocky right now, but I think it's going to smooth out. And then the last card is the Nine of Cups, which is the Wish card. So I think that this relationship can manifest to something else. I just think it might take some time. So if it means something to you, I would hang in there. Dylan, no. Get here. Look at this big stick you have. Here. There you go. All right. You're welcome. And you know, it's a funky time right now because we have a lot of planets going retrograde. Things are not running smooth for most of us. Does he love me or will he commit? Okay, Ron. Does he love me? Three aces, he loves you. I'm going to ask now if he will commit. Is he going to commit? Three aces is a 99% chance that he loves you and that he's legit. Will he commit? Yeah. You got two aces, which is a 70% chance, and then you got the Lover's card. So I think you're going to get your wish over here. If you want him to commit, I think he's yours. Just don't worry. Anyone that's worried about anything going on right now, it just may take a little time for things to, you know, chill out. We had those eclipses. We have planets going retrograde. When will I meet my life partner and get married? Okay. Well, let's see when you're going to meet this person. Quiet. The Jack of Diamonds. So the Jack would be the 11th of any month, in 11 days, 11 weeks, or the month of November. The diamonds, generally speaking, are the winter months. So this could be, I'm going to say, probably by the end of this winter. That's when you're going to meet the person. I don't know that you're going to be married by then, but it could be the beginning of something. And, you know, sometimes things, like you meet somebody and all of a sudden everything falls into place really fast. So I'm going to say give yourself from now until the end of the winter. And let's see, when will marriage be? The Nine of Diamonds. So let's say that you meet this person sometime during the winter. You could wind up getting married either in September, in 9 months from the time you meet the person, in 9 weeks from the time you meet the person, or the following winter. I'm thinking the month of September, that kind of feels right. So if you met them this winter coming up, you may marry them the next September. You know, timing is just not easy. And I've studied astrology for so long, and I've had my chart done by so many different people. And the one thing for me is I'm Gemini rising, and Gemini risings are promised to marriages, right? And most of them, it's like almost like a guarantee you'll have 2 marriages. I haven't been married once yet. So sometimes it's just a timing thing is just not easy. Oh, thanks. You know what? I'm not real crazy about bangs. I just don't really care for bangs in general. And I feel like this wig has got short bangs. And I don't know, but I like the color myself too. One of my friends bought me all these, except for the black and red one. My brother bought me that one, and the blonde one I had. I don't usually wear the blonde one because it's a little crazy. I have a huge head. The black and red one seems to fit my big head better. What's going on with Raymond? Why won't he let me see the kids? Okay, what's happening with Raymond? What is going on with Raymond? The Page of Swords. This situation can change, and it might change quickly. Because when the swords come in, it changes, it levels the playing field, and things change. So you may not be able to see these kids right now, but it doesn't mean that, like, come this weekend, you might not be able to. The Star in reverse, he may be suffered from a letdown, but the Three of Pentacles is cooperation. He may have been going through something, and now he's getting past it. Strength in reverse, he's not feeling very strong. Temperance, you just need to have a little patience. Have a little patience, because I think it's going to pass. I think things are going to pass. What's going on with Calva and Kenny? Okay. What's happening with Calva and Kenny? Oh boy. Well, the first card here is the King of Cups in reverse. Somebody could be acting out of character, or somebody's not happy. The Six of Cups in reverse is like not looking back on this relationship positive. So I don't know if these two were together at one point or they hooked up at one point, but one person is not looking back on this situation fondly. Or if they're together, this one person is not, you know, they're like, this isn't what it was cracked up to be. And then the King of Swords, if one of them happens to be an air sign, this could be that person, a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini, or this could also be somebody's had enough and the sword's cut. So somebody may say something that's hard to take back. I'm not really sure what's going on with the two of them, but it doesn't look like a lot of happiness. Nine of Cups is in reverse, which means the wish is not coming true. The Eight of Cups in reverse, somebody walks away, but they don't know why. They're just walking away. So upright, it would be like, I'm walking away because, I don't know, you cheated on me. In reverse, it's like, I don't know why I'm leaving, but I got to get out of here. And then the last card is the Three of Swords in reverse. Upright, it could be a third party has entered. It could also be a betrayal or a heartbreak. In reverse, it's not that bad. It could be that one person doesn't really feel strong about the other person. So when they walk away, they're kind of like, well, it's over, but I'm not real upset by it. I don't know. We can revisit this in a couple of weeks, but it looks like they're going through something right now that's not too pleasant. Or one person is looking for a way out. What positive changes and negative changes are coming for me in August when I start school? Are there trustworthy friends coming towards me in August? Okay, so let's ask first about the friends, because that's a little easier. Are trustworthy friends coming in the new school year? Yes. It looks like somebody betrayed you recently. If somebody betrayed you recently, which could be the reason for the question, you have 70% chance that yes, trustworthy friends are coming in, but you know, this is my advice. People are not always so loyal. I always tell people, if you want loyalty, you got to get a dog. If you're going to deal with people, people are very fickle, and I would just be careful with who you trust. And then another great piece of advice somebody gave me years ago was, you know what you know about people, and it doesn't mean that they can't be in your life, but you just know what you can expect from them. Like some people, like I have a friend who's a complete asshole. I could call him up right now. First of all, he owes me $100 from like 10 years ago. And I would never lend somebody money if I really, I mean, I didn't think he was going to pay me back, but he was desperate. I lent it to him. I could call him up right now and be like, I am stranded. I need that $100 to get home. And he'd be like, okay, I'll wire it to you. And I could drop dead waiting at Western Union, waiting for him to send it to me. That's just who he is. He'll promise you the world, but you could wait outside on the street corner and drop dead waiting for him. That's who he is. So to me, it's like, I know what I know about him. I know what I can expect from him. I don't need to cut him out of my life, but I don't count on him either. So just be cautious when you meet new friends and just keep that in mind because you just never know. And I don't want to see you get burned, especially if you just came from some kind of a betrayal. Oh, and now we're going to ask about the changes that are coming in August. Okay. All right, let's just see what's coming up for August. Positive or negative, any changes in the month of August? An air sign could show up and a Cancer. So you may find friends in either a Cancer, a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. The Magician is in reverse, which suggests that maybe you're not using your own magic. You're not using your own power. The Four of Pentacles is feeling maybe financially unstable, or you could be, if you're paying for school, it could be like a financial burden. And the King of Pentacles is also in reverse, which it might be, money might be a little tight, but that's okay, you'll get through it. The Chariot, if it's not a Cancer, could just be moving forward. So let's just say, for example, you're in a situation, and it just could be moving forward in school. Something's moving forward in the month of August. Quiet. Will D and I reconcile and come back into my life? Okay, let's check that out. Is D coming back? Definitely. 3 aces. D's coming back. Now, the next question that follows that always is when. So let me just get to that before you have to ask it. The 10 of Hearts. So the Hearts would either be the springtime coming up in 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, the 10th of any month, or the month of October. I would say with this, I'm thinking the latest you'll have to wait would be October, maybe 10 days, 10 days, 10 weeks from now. Could that be October? No, it can't be October. I'm thinking the month of October. Go with that. But yes, you're definitely going to reconcile. This person's coming back into your life. What's going on with Malik? I answered that before. I don't think that you can trust this person. I think you should be careful. What did the spirit guides advise me to do about my father and his negative ways? Things with him only worse over time, and I'm not sure what to do. Okay. So this is a law of attraction thing. This is not a tarot thing. And this is a little bit hard to wrap your brain around, and I struggle with this myself. But this is the story. And this holds true for everybody. Anyone that has any questions about any person in their life. My law of attraction coach, and I've had more than one, they all say this. People reflect back to you what you believe about them. So constantly thinking and saying and talking about your father being difficult, he will constantly repeatedly show you that he's difficult. If you change the way you feel about him and change the way you think about him and change the way you talk about him, he should start to change. And if you don't believe this, because I didn't believe it either, you know, take for example, I worked with a woman, right, who I thought that she was like a real vicious woman. Like I just saw like a very, very nasty side of her all the time. I'm talking a couple of years later with somebody, and this woman said to me, oh, so-and-so, she's such a wonderful person. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I don't think that we're talking about the same person. But after I started studying the law of attraction, she believes that this woman is wonderful. I believe this woman was vicious. So that's what kept coming back. And think about it, or as you go through your day today and you have to experience different people, think about it. Like when you see somebody, like you ever have that person where like you see them and you want to go the other way? it's because you have a thought, a feeling, or emotion that's attached to this person. This person will always show you that side. My friend, the one that doesn't want to pay me the $100, he's always going to be unreliable to me because that's what I believe about him. Now, if I cared enough about the situation, of course, I could work really hard on how I felt about him so that I could reflect back something different. It's like a classic situation where you ever hear about like the guy who doesn't want to commit? I don't want a commitment. I'm a player. I'm a bachelor. I'm this, that, and the next thing. And then all of a sudden, some girl comes into his life and he's like, she's got him on a leash and he's doing everything that she wants him to do. Why? Because she believed that about him. She believed that she was the one that he was going to commit to. She believed that this was going to work for her. And it did. And it works like that with everyone. What my law of attraction lady says, nobody has free will in your life, only you. And they're not separate from you. So take notice as you go through your day. How many people do you talk about your father being difficult? How many times do you think about it? When you think about it, try to change it right in that moment. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you can conquer it. I hope that that helps. That's the best advice I could give you. It was given to me and I've seen it work. You just have to, you have to just be willing to work with it. Does Brian want to be with Vicky? I want to be with Vicky. I'm only getting 33% chance that he does want to be with Vicky, but the star card is here, which could be a wish. So that brings it up to like a 60% chance that he does. The first card here is the death card. Now, the death card is a transformation. So I think that their relationship is transforming in some way. I'm not sold that he wants to be with her 100% right now. It's not showing that, but there's an interest there. There's some kind of a level of desire there between him and Vicky. Is D hurting at all due to our current situation? Okay. Is D hurting? Let me just shuffle these. They feel like they need to be shuffled. Is D hurting? Definitely. 70% chance yes, and the Fool, which means he could do something either out of character or spontaneous to change the situation. So yeah, he is hurting and I think he's looking to change it. Does Brian want to be in a relationship with Evelyn? I'm only getting a 33% chance that Brian wants a relationship with Evelyn at this point. I also have the Seven of Cups in reverse, which means he may not feel like he has a choice. I don't know if she's either manipulating him or trying to trap him or something. But as of right now, this moment in time, it doesn't look like he's too thrilled. When will I meet the one? All right, Katrina, this is for you. When will I meet the one? Ah, the Ace of Hearts. So the hearts could be this spring coming up, the first of any month. It could also be in the new year, or it could be in 1 month, 1 day, 1 week. I'm thinking that this spring feels like a pretty positive time for you. I would give it till the spring, if not sooner. I mean, if you could meet somebody on October 1st, especially when it's an ace. It could stand for the 10, it could also stand for a 1. Or it could be November 1st. It's kind of hard to lock it into an exact date, though. Time frames are not easy. Is it okay if I have a follow-up question? Yes, of course. You read that E and A will separate. Can you please give me a timeline? Sure. Okay. When will E and A separate? Let's get a timeline. Ah, the Queen of Spades. So if I were just reading playing cards for somebody and the Queen of Spades showed up, I would think of this as another woman enters the picture. So maybe that's why the one party leaves, another woman shows up. The Queen would be 12 days, 12 weeks, 12 months, or the Spades being this fall coming up. I'm going with this fall. I don't think that the relationship is going to last longer than the fall. Did T try to do black magic or any spells on me further? Okay, let's see. No, no aces. 99% chance that this person did not try to do black magic on you further. But you know how I feel about the black magic thing. If you raise your vibration high enough and you protect yourself with salt baths, you burn white and black candles, you use sage, clear quartz crystal, it's relatively cheap. Wear it. Black onyx, black tourmaline. Tourmaline's a little more expensive, but black obsidian is great. It's really cheap and it absorbs negativity. Malachite too, but malachite's a little more expensive. If you feel like anybody is doing anything negative to you, it will help to protect you. Anything protective needs to be cleansed. So if you're wearing anything, any kind of black stone or malachite, make sure that you cleanse it. Even if you just run it underwater, it's better than nothing because it absorbs negativity and you don't want to carry that around. Yeah, don't worry about the black magic thing. I would add salt to your baths or showers. How does Aaron feel about me now for Brianna? How is Aaron feeling about Brianna? Okay, so the first card he's got here is the Fool in reverse, which means he could do something stupid. This is like acting without thinking, but not in a good way. Like it's not spontaneous, let's call in sick and go to the beach. This is like, I just did something really dumb. So he made you something dumb. It's just, I don't know if he's impulsive, maybe he's an Aries. That's possible. The Hanged Man, he's feeling complacent and a little bit stuck. So if you're looking for him to move forward and he's not moving forward yet, don't worry because things are going to transform. You got the Death card here. He's not feeling like he's got the strength, and he is not feeling like the Emperor would be a strong, dominant male. And with that and the Strength card in reverse, he's feeling very weak. But the last card is the Four of Wands, which is the happy home, a celebration. It could be a reunion. It could be something you go to together, or it could be someplace where you go and you reconnect. I think that this relationship is going to work itself out. If you're going through like a a lull, it's good. You're going to get past it because the Four of Wands indicates that things move forward in a positive way. So if you're going through a little bit of a storm right now, the storm is going to blow over. Is the Aquarius currently talking to anyone else? Okay, Jeanette, let's see if the Aquarius is talking to anyone else. 70% chance, yes, but with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, it's not something that they're working on. So the thing about Aquarians and Sagittarius too, they could talk to a lot of people. It doesn't really mean anything. You know, Aquarians and Sagittarius, they're very friendly. They have a lot of friends. You know, it doesn't have to mean anything. So I wouldn't even worry about it, especially with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It's not something they're actively working on. It's just, you know, somebody may reach out and they just happen to respond, but it's nothing that it's like putting effort into. Does D want to communicate? Strongly. All right, let's see. Strongly. Does D want to communicate? Does D want to communicate? Does D want to communicate? Yes, you got two aces, which is a 70% chance, but in the middle you have the Knight of Pentacles. So if you're waiting for D to reach out to you, you may have to wait some time. Now, I always suggest to people that if this is somebody that they want to be in contact with, that they make the first move. Why? Because you waiting is only making you wait, right? And when we choose not to reach out to somebody, it's always coming from an ego place. So you may be thinking something like this. I'm not going to reach out to him because I texted him 3 times and he hasn't responded back to me. And if he wants me to think that I'm interested, that he's interested in me, he better do something. Okay, this is all ego. So if you could drop that and just think for a second, he would be very happy, he or she, I don't know, doesn't matter. They will be very happy to hear from me. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to send it out there, and I hope to hear back from them. I know I'll hear back from them as soon as they get a chance. You'll get the response that you want. So whenever we make decisions, take notice of where is it coming from, the ego and fear and protection, or is it coming from a place of love? Because humans only make decisions out of 2 places, love and fear. So if you're stuck in a shitty job and you're not leaving, it's either because you're afraid and you're not leaving because of that fear. And if you're not calling somebody or reaching out to them, it's because of a fear. And if you do reach out to them, it's out of love. So just think of it that way. Because I hate to see people sitting around and stuck in that, you know, where 2 people are waiting for the other person to make the first move, and 2 stubborn people, it could take months. And why do we want to put ourselves through that? You could reach out right now and the person can text you back in an hour. You could be having lunch with them. A famous millionaire investor has canceled 3 meetings with me so far and will reschedule for another one on Friday. Am I wasting my time that I'll never meet him? I got a red flag here. RC, I got a red flag here with somebody who's canceled 3 times. Millionaire investor, I would just be careful. But I'm going to ask, is this person going to come through? Is this person going to come through? You got 3 aces. The card suggests that the person will come through. You know, I'm skeptical, but that's me. You got nothing to lose by trying to meet this person on Friday. If it doesn't happen this time, then I would say, you know, cut your losses and find someone else. Why, excuse me, why is my ex Avi keeping in my thoughts and in my dreams? Okay, so when somebody is in your head and you can't get rid of them, it means it's because they're thinking of you. So this is what happens. And this is a law of attraction thing, but it's the truth. When you think about somebody, it goes out into the universe and they pick it up. They don't always realize they've picked it up, but they do. It happens to me all the time with yoga students. It happens to me all the time, probably at least once a week. For whatever reason, somebody will pop into my head. Like the other morning, it was this woman, Suzanne. She comes to my class a lot, but I hadn't seen her in a couple of weeks. And I was teaching the first class and I was walking around the room and it was probably about 9:30 and I just popped into my head, I haven't seen Suzanne in a couple of weeks. And I looked at my watch, it was 9:30, and then I thought to myself, I'm like, I bet you she's leaving her house right now to come to the 10:30 class, and sure enough, she came to the 10:30 class. So here's the thing. Her intention was coming to my class. It went out into the universe. I picked it up. I thought of her. She came to my class. That just happened to me on Sunday. There's another story that I tell about my friend who, it's on one of my law of attraction videos. A good friend of mine worked in this store when we were in college. I happened to be in the store. I was thinking about her and I was laughing about how she worked there. And when I walked out of the store, she was walking up the sidewalk going to the pet store next door. And I was like, holy cow, I was just thinking of you. So it's like when you think about somebody and they pick up on it, even though they don't realize they did, it puts the two of you in the same place, or it puts that person in your head. So this person is thinking about you and probably dreaming about you as well, and that's why you can't get them out of your head. I mean, I've had situations. I dated a guy once for a few months. He was one of those guys. He was really good looking, right? He looked like Eddie Vedder, like back when in Pearl Jam in like the late 90s or whenever it was. And when he broke up with me, I mean, at the moment, I was devastated. But it wasn't very long until I forgot about him. I mean, I'm talking like maybe it was a few weeks and I was like over it. And because he wasn't thinking of me either. So that was it. It was gone. You know, it was a connection we had for 2 minutes. It ended. It was over. Neither one of us has probably thought about each other ever since, except I'm telling you the story now because it was something that happened to me. So the people you can't get out of your head, it's because they're thinking of you too. I hope that that helps. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, I lost my place because I had to go off on a tangent. But sometimes I feel like it's important. What's going on with Pinky Lee? Okay. All right, Katrina, what's happening here with Pinky Lee? I don't know if she's going through a tough time right now. She's got a betrayal here in front of her. She's got the Page of Swords in reverse, which means it's a slowdown or things are not changing for her. There's not a lot of cooperation going on in her life. And the Star card is in reverse, which means she's either not getting a wish coming true or she doesn't have hope. I don't know. I think that she may be going through a rough time. Oh, this wig reminds me of cotton candy, but I guess bubble gum is similar. It reminds me of the cotton candy you get at the circus. It kind of does look like a circus thing. Will I get a good job in my hometown next November from Miss Lala? All right, we're getting a job in November, Miss Lala. only got a 33% chance that you're going to get a job, but the first card here is the World, so it's something destined. I do think that you're going to get a job. The Seven of Cups means that you could even have choices. I think that you're going to have some choices in November. Yeah, stay positive and stay focused, because I think something's going to pop up, and it may be something that's destined. I like that. Did A find me beautiful when he saw me the other day? Okay, let's see. Oh, that's Skull? I got that at the dollar store a long time ago for Halloween. It's just kind of holding the curtains together. We're very fancy here. Dollar store things. Did A find me beautiful? Definitely. 70% chance, and the Eight of Wands. Person could act out quickly. Will I get news for work tomorrow? Okay, I can't swear it's going to be tomorrow, but let's see if you're going to get news for work. News coming in about work. Yes. You got two aces, but the Page of Swords is in reverse, so I'm not thinking it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen. There just may be a little bit of a delay, and I know that's really annoying, but... All right, let me just check the time because I got to go to work. All right. I'm going to answer one more question, and then we'll see. Maybe I might be able to come back on this afternoon. I'm not sure. I have class this afternoon, and then I have class this evening. So I might have time in the afternoon. Is my ex-husband in a relationship now? And if yes, is the girl pregnant? Okay, this will be my last question. Okay, is he in a relationship? Well, you know what? I'm going to ask them separate, because the girl could be pregnant and they're not in a relationship, or he could be in a relationship and she's not pregnant. So let's ask first, is he in a relationship? %70 chance, yes, he is. Now let's see, is she pregnant? Is the girl that he's involved with pregnant? %70 chance she is, but the Judgment card is in reverse, which is like karma hasn't shown up yet. So I'm not sold on this relationship. I don't know if they're in a serious relationship or if they were just hooking up or what. But okay, guys, that's it for now, because I have to go to work, but maybe I'll come on this afternoon in between classes. We'll see. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing me with your friends, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much for watching and for all of your questions. And maybe I'll see you this afternoon. If not, I'll be on tomorrow. Thanks a lot.